Hello, everybody. It's an honor speaking to you. I'm delighted, excited, and humbled at the same time at this privilege to present Integral OS. Integral OS, reason for being is being an assembly point for the New Earth movement, for the emergence of these new systems we talk about. So it's a selfless and meta assembly point. And more specifically, it's a meta vision that serves as an enabling infrastructure for the impact sector. It's AI co-developed, it's dynamic, and it's integral. So let's go into the specifics. Why integral? It's important to be integral for projects like this because we must be looking at the big picture, stay comprehensive, because by definition, if we don't, then we're just looking at a fragment, at a piece. And if our goal is radical collaboration and it is to bring awareness into who's doing what and connect us all together, then we got to stay integral and holonic at all times. It also has to be powered by best available AI. It has to be open source so that it's a nobody's and everybody's system at the same time. It's got to be crowdsourced, so no AI dictation anything to humans and no particular human or group of humans dictating anything to others, but truly crowdsourced, decentralized, and distributed leadership based. So the value of this project in a nutshell is really collaboration simplified through AI-enabled matchmaking. That's what it is. So let's look into it. It's actually very simple. In order for all of us to find others on the same mission and to connect and to have that synergy and explosion of potential come out of all of this, we need two things. We need nodes for connection to connect with one another. And for that, we believe that we need to map impact missions so that then we have a granular and comprehensive way to create those nodes. And then we need lines of communication. So some kind of a messenger that mirrors that granular map of missions. And that's exactly what we've been working on. So the architecture of this Integral OS or iOS, how we colloquially say it, among ourselves is that it starts with a seed, it starts with an idea, and then together with AI, we map it layer by layer. So we start by 6 pillars to describe human society: culture, consciousness, economy, infrastructure, meta pillar, governance, and environment. Then we go into focus areas, so break it down further. This is how it looks like within the focus areas. Then we go into key challenges. So what are the key challenges we need to solve in each focus area? So it's not just, solutionism. Then we do look at desired outcomes. So set goals for 2035. Then we map missions that are required to get us there. And finally, we map impact projects that already, as of today, are contributing towards those missions. So it's a very profound and powerful architecture. And in order for people and projects to plug into a meta system like this, we need some kind of a way to plug into it. And so we believe that a front door to a system like this is nothing else but self-understanding, because self-understanding cannot be faked. And we have a module that contributes to that helps people with the discovery of their purpose. So we call it Zone of Genius, and the idea is very simple. We're all geniuses when we are in our zone of genius. And so if we were to identify the top 1 talent and top 2 talent and top 3 talent of a person, then that serves as an amazing, quite a precise approximation at their purpose. And so in my example, for me, I'm in my zone of genius when I simplify, then integrate, and then innovate. So just one sentence, and that opens up a lot. And under the hood, if we look under the hood, it's co-developed with AI into a holistic taxonomy of talents based on the Enneagram test. And so it has 81 talents. Then through a test, the person chooses 3, and that's how they get to approximate their zone of genius. So let's now bring it into life and live demo. It is product for impact founders. Many of us are. And so it starts by signing up with a purpose. So literally submitting one's purpose. And then there are 2 options really. Either the purpose is specific and accurate and precise enough for AI to start do matchmaking, or it's not yet there, and then a person receives this opportunity for a self-understanding upgrade through the module that I just described in order to be able to get into the system. And then what happens is that an impact founder gets matched to specific missions, opening up that possibility to connect to others. And so what I did was to ask Integral OS GPT to match some of the projects in the Holo Movement event onto missions of Integral OS. And so I'll skip the prompting and everything. So these are the results. So this is for Voyage, Yasmin, and then there is another one for Adam, Core Nexus, and another one for Unity Earth, Ben. And so iOS did an amazing job of pinpointing the most aligned missions within iOS for these projects and their address, like how to find them in that architecture, which is essentially an impact assessment tool that we're talking about that is already functional, even though the product is still in development. And then that allows for that mission-centered communities. So joining those chats, mission-centered communities. So literally just a link to that chat next to the mission that just got matched, which turns out to become an integral messenger, right? With 1,000 channels per mission, providing that scaffolding for people, the infrastructure for people to find one another. And so many scenarios stem from there. I'll just highlight one that seems likely to me. So that evolves into a social network. And then each one of those channels becomes an incubator of sorts that uses a blueprint or a toolkit for self-organizing as a team, and then observes an emergence of integrative leaders, which is already happening in the world anyways, as people step up and say, hey, let's collaborate, let's integrate, we're doing the same thing, which then turns into an integral marketplace, turns into a profit-sharing cooperative, some kind of a pledge, feeds into an endowment fund that invests according to integral impact investment thesis and creates UBI for the entire system, just as one scenario that I personally resonate with. So if you do resonate with what I just described, then let's collectively manifest this. Let's make it happen. And let's build this integral OS together. We're assembling a team essentially, so let's build it together and let's co-design this integrative products together, such as the impact assessment tool and the venture studio and the purpose discovery tooling and so on and so forth. We're really just scratching the surface, and I'm even speaking fast a little bit. It's been challenging to put it all into such a short video, but also rewarding. So we're calling in collaborations and integrations. We're calling in growth funding. And wrapping up, I want to give special thanks to Rachel and Mariko for seeing the potential of this project, for inviting us to this conference. Our founding team member Silvana is in the room. I suppose many of you have met her already, so you can engage and speak with her. This is a QR code and a link to engage with us further with this project in whichever capacity. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for all the work that you do for the planet, for humanity. I appreciate you all and I love you all. Thank you so much.